What is poppin' YouTube? Back again with another video. Today we're doing my buy low, sell high players for week 7 fantasy football. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and let's go. The first player that we need to talk about today is Ja'Marr Chase. Ja'Marr Chase, it's been absolutely incredible this season where it's been this absolute big roller coaster ride where we feel like you drafted Ja'Marr Chase in the top 3 picks and he just hasn't lived up to it besides last week against the Cardinals where our man put up a total hat trick. It's actually crazy how good Ja'Marr Chase looked last week, but then this week it comes back down to earth. Now, it hasn't been absolutely terrible, still averaging 17.6 fantasy points per game, but really if he didn't have that week 5 outburst, his total fantasy points per game would definitely be a little bit lower. But we're talking about 12 targets, 8 receptions. So for me, I just think Ja'Marr Chase continues to be a buy low. I think whoever has Ja'Marr Chase is probably not doing well. Unless they've built a great roster around Ja'Marr Chase, is probably not doing well. So if I'm looking to go trade for Ja'Marr Chase, I still think this is another good week because as we've seen in previous years, it takes the Bengals quite a bit of time to get going. Now, is this year a little bit different than last year because of how slow the start has been? Yes it is. But Ja'Marr Chase is my first buy low trade target. My second buy low trade target is going to be T. Higgins. Now, T. Higgins has the same exact thing with Ja'Marr Chase. The only difference is T. Higgins really has had zero production this season. Now, part of that has been injury. Part of that has been how the Bengals have been playing. But if you want the lowest of low buy low targets right now, it is going to be T. Higgins. So go see if you can go offer literally anything really up for T. Higgins. There's a ton of bevy of players that we're talking about that low end wide receiver 2s that I would be willing to send away for T. Higgins, knowing like someone like a Hollywood Brown, someone like a Zay Flowers. Like those are the type of players that I think if you do that maybe in a small piece, you can go get T. Higgins on your roster, and as the season progresses, T. Higgins is going to continue to grow up in value and really prove to you that T. Higgins is worth it for you this season. My next buy low target is going to be Mikey Boy Evans. Mike Evans returned from his bye week and then just didn't really have a great day. Chris Godwin stole pretty much all the spotlight, and Chris Godwin didn't even have a good day versus the Detroit Lions. But still, Mike Evans is averaging 15.4 fantasy points per game, 5 receptions, 84 yards, and has 3 total touchdowns on the season. I think as we continue on through the next few weeks, Mike Evans is going to continue to be that player that we saw before the bye week. And if I know that I can be getting Mike Evans at the discount that I currently can right now, I'm going, like I said, going and offering a Zay Flowers. I'm going and offering a Hollywood Brown and a piece to go get Mike Evans, where same exact thing where we looked at T. Higgins and said, and this is a great buy low opportunity. Mike Evans, the difference is the production has been there for my boy. So I'm definitely going to target Mike Evans this week as my next buy low target. My next target that I'm potentially buying low this week is going to be Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta has been one of the only reliable tight ends that you could start on a weekly basis. We're talking Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, TJ Hawkinson, and then Sam Laporta. And so if whoever has Sam Laporta is feeling a little bit risky because he's been only averaging 11.9 fantasy points per game, and this last week just had a down week, I think it's the time to pounce because Sam Laporta has shown nothing but production when he's on the field as a rookie tight end. It's actually been incredible, especially as people that are involved in Dynasty that were drafting TJ Hawkinson in the second round to now seeing him actually provide value as a rookie tight end, which is typically unseen. So love Sam Laporta, especially if you can get him on a buy low, because with Dave Montgomery being out, we don't know how good this run game for the Detroit Lions offense is going to be. So that's really going to funnel a lot of the targets, a lot of the offensive production into Amon-Ra St. Brown and into Sam Laporta. So definitely go try to buy low on Sam Laporta, whether that's offering a running back stash, whether that's offering a wide receiver stash. Those are all moves that I'm looking to do for Sam Laporta this week if I can get him. My next buy low opportunity is going to be Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison is currently the wide receiver 1 for the Minnesota Vikings. And I know we caught the touchdown. I know it wasn't all bad for Jordan Addison. But if we look, 10.5 fantasy points per game is what he's been averaging. 3 total touchdowns on the season. But if we need to be getting some wide receiver production, if we need some flex production, I think Jordan Addison, as we go on in the next few weeks, as he continues to really gain confidence, gain strength as the wide receiver 1 in this Minnesota Vikings offense, I'm excited for Jordan Addison. So definitely go see what it's going to take to go get Jordan Addison. I don't necessarily know what a buy low is going to be because whoever holds Jordan Addison probably looks at him as the wide receiver 1 for the Minnesota Vikings. So you might have to overpay slightly, but I'm like I said, you're not going to have to be giving up a stud to go get Jordan Addison. But I think based on what we saw the first few weeks, where we saw Jordan Addison catching a touchdown in each of those games, and we said to ourselves, if Jordan Addison can be really like a touchdown a game type wide receiver, he's going to become a must start. And I think he continues on in that track as we go on through the next few weeks. So Jordan Addison's going to probably be a must start for us, and he is going to be a buy low candidate for us in this next week. My next buy low opportunity is going to be JSN. Now, JSN potentially is on the waivers in your league and or is on a roster, and you can definitely go slide in on the cheap. JSN, of course, he's been only averaging 3.1 fantasy points per game, but JSN had his most snap share that he has had ever. Had the same type of snap share as DK Metcalf, as Tyler Lockett. Now, that didn't necessarily translate to fantasy football production, but if he can keep up this snap share in the next few weeks, I think we are on the verge of a JSN breakout game, and you want to be able to get in on that breakout before he breaks out, because that's what's going to really help propel your fantasy football team to new heights. So go see what JSN is going to cost. Go see if JSN is even available, because if I can give up someone that at the end of my bench that maybe's had a little bit more production than JSN, that's something that I'm looking to do for this next week. And now, you guys always love the negative. You always love to hear me talk about my sell high players. So my first sell high player is going to be Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, where has it gone wrong? Pretty much the only thing that has gone wrong is that the Tennessee Titans are not good, and Tajay Spears is looking pretty productive. It's like the Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard of this season is Derrick Henry and Tajay Spears. And so Derrick Henry, I don't know what you can get for Derrick Henry, honestly. I think based on this last game, he had a pretty good day. And so I'm looking to sell high. I'm looking to sell high, trying to get a second round running back, trying to even maybe get in back end first round running back if I attach something a little extra to Derrick Henry. I just think this is a time to get out on Derrick Henry in a redraft, especially knowing an older running back. He's 30 years old. He's already past that age cliff. We're already starting to see a decline in snap share. We're already starting to see a decline in production. Let's get out on Derrick Henry, find some other running back bolstering depth to our team so that we can continue to pursue this championship. But like I said, we're heading into week 7, and I think nothing has points to Derrick Henry just continuing to be amazing. If you have to hold Derrick Henry, I understand, but I'm looking to sell high on Derrick Henry this week. My next guy to sell high is going to be Raheem Mostert. Now, selling high on Raheem Mostert, let's be clear, my dude's been like a top 5 RB when he is the RB1. So knowing that Raheem Mostert is the RB1 for the next few weeks, let's try to sell high. Can we get a Jonathan Taylor? Can I get a Josh Jacobs? Can I even sell Raheem Mostert and maybe a small piece to get into that Bijan Robinson, Austin Eckler tier? I mean, you're not going to be getting CMC for Raheem Mostert, but I think those type of moves with Raheem Mostert are moves that I am looking to make. Because I think Raheem Mostert, especially when they get some more of this production with Jeff Wilson coming off of IR, with Devon potentially coming back in the next 2 weeks, but if I can capitalize right now on Raheem Mostert, on the thought that he is the RB1, even though we can see in the peripherals that he's maybe not the clear RB1 for the rest of the season, those are types of moves that I'm looking to do. So go see what it might be to sell some Raheem Mostert. And my final sell player is going to be Jakobi Meyers. Jakobi Meyers has constantly been the overachiever with the Patriots and now with the Raiders. But I just think with Michael Mayer taking that next step, with Devontae Adams still being at the top of the pinnacle, with this amazing last game that he had with Jakobi Meyers, I think Jakobi Meyers, as much as I want to say that he's going to be a breakout player for the rest of the season, that he's going to be a league winner, I just cannot say that about Jakobi Meyers. So if I can flip Jakobi Meyers for a guy in another tier, if I can flip Jakobi Meyers in a small piece to get Jalen Waddle, if I can flip Jakobi Meyers in a small piece to go get Chris Olave, I think those are the small moves that you're going to be able to make on your roster to help you win for the rest of the season. So let me know down below. I know I just gave you some players that you potentially need to be getting rid of, that you need to be buying. Let me know what you think of those buy lows, those sell highs. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.